welcome to Alton Towers, the first vlog of 2025, and I'll probably be here twice again, as usual. I do just want to get in. There's a few things that not great, like Hex being shut is a big thing. The Sky Ride's been delayed, but again, we'll go around to Hex and see. I don't imagine anything's going to be going on, but yeah, I remember like last time I was emotional getting back in there, and now it's not open today, so I just hope that every time after this it is going to be open. Maybe they're still having some teething problem, maybe they're just extended testing it because they want to make sure that there's going to be less downtime on it. I hope so. I hope it's something small. But of course we have still got Nemesis and everything else. Toxicator is the new ride. I mean, yeah, I could be more excited for it, I guess. But you know, like, it's dart rides for me, and Nemesis, of course. Also, Postman Pat, I'm getting my last ride on it. No shame at all. Like, I love Pat, I love the show, and it will be quite sad getting on that for the last time. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to get straight in there, and next time you see me, Nemesis. Oh, yeah, wow, that is probably the best, most forceful ride I've had on Nemesis. Honestly, it's got to a head a bit. I cannot get over that. This is my new number one coaster. I know I said it was, I'd changed it anyway to be my number one over Icon, but yeah, there we go, we've got features. We've got some fans going on there. Yeah, honestly, what a ride. I can't, the thing is though, like, the forces were incredible. It was the perfect ride. I was literally saying this yesterday, that because when I went at Scarefest, I've got on the front row. I said, imagine if I get on the back row, and I got on the back row. And they were filling most of the seats as well. There's not all of them, but the queue was like really quick. It looks long, but it's like 10 minutes. Yeah, perfect Nemesis. Nemesis is running incredible this morning. Like last time, it was a bit. Maybe it was just because I was on the front and it was less intense, but it's definitely back row. If you want force that gets to your head. Anyway, it's time for Toxicator now, which might be another one that's similar. It's time for Toxicator. Really looking forward to this. As well, I can just go in the main entrance because it's 5 minutes. Yeah, here we go. Topspin. My first flawless Topspin. I mean, it's the second one in Europe, so you know, it's a beast. But here we go. Permanent flat rides. We've been asking for years, and here we go. And let's just hope it's the first of many and not the only one, because the blade was removed. Yeah, I mean, this is quiet. And that was Toxicator. Now, I really enjoyed that. Cycles, it's middling in terms of length. I enjoyed it. The actual ride cycle on there that I got, it's quite forceful. I think because I was on this Galactica side, I didn't even think which side I was going on, to be honest. It's just that I ended up on, and this is the people have said it's the best side. You can see Galactica quite nicely. But yeah, what's quite interesting is about it, when you sort of swing in, like when you're doing like the smaller rotations, when the actual gondola unlocks and it's all sort of free fall driven, when it's sort of going like backwards, that's a lot more forceful, I find. I imagine it depends which way you're on it. The hang time's great, the blood rushes to your head when you're like vertical, and never mind like actually inverted. It's a good intense ride. I don't find it as intense as the one that I've done on the travelling circuit though, which isn't a Huss. I imagine that might just be because when I did that one, it had been like a year since I've done one, whereas this, it's here. It's a lot more comfortable as well. I think that's another thing, like the restraints are a lot better, so maybe that's why it's less intense, because you're less enclosed. But it's a more enjoyable ride, I will say that. It's more fun, and this is the one I'd enjoy coming back on it. I will try and get another ride on it. It's on 15 minutes. I'm going to try and do Galactica and Subterra now. But yeah, Toxicator. I love the logo. It's all like clear as well. That looks really cool. Yeah, the fountains. They're not getting you wet yet, but they will soon. Yeah, there we go. Great addition. Just please, please, please. If you could buy Pandemonium from Drayton Manor and put it in X Sector where Submission used to be. Oh, it's just gone up to 20. Yeah, please buy that from Drayton Manor. Well, I don't think Drayton Manor. I think it's still for sale, but I don't think Drayton Manor is selling it. I think it's another company. Yeah, if you could buy that and put it in X Sector, please do that. Drayton Manor's not that far away from here, and that'd be great. I'd love to get on it. I've just come off Galactica, and it's still very smooth. It really feels like you're flying like a bird. You got to quote John Maudsley when you come on any of these classics. Yeah, it doesn't. The station. Oh my god, the station looks grubby now. Like they seem to be having some problems with the roof because all the floors all damp. And it looks awful. It's just all the work lights are on. You can just see it's a big corrugated shed, and there's paint peeling off, and there's like water dripping down the walls. It's like, it looks tired. Everything around, like apparently they had full intent of retheming this year, but I think budget cuts, and I think it needs to be painted dark blue because, let's be honest, look at this. Look at the supports. I don't know if it's picking it up, but like it's just but the actual ride, I still find it really relaxing. The turnaround, the fly to line the large fly turnaround, actually really forceful, really quite intense. But yeah, honestly, like, and you get some good airtime. I don't think it was as strong as last time's airtime, but last time I did this was the day Jewel closed, so I'm glad I finally secured a ride on it again, because I keep putting it off and putting, no, I've done it now. Yeah, the turnaround, I put my hands out like John Maudsley did. It feels like you're flying. It really does actually if you put your hands out. Everyone's always wanting to fly, just going, relaxing. And so is the soundtrack for this. It is a good coaster. I'm glad the mist's working. The portal looks okay. But yeah, the portal could even stay, because what I'd like to see them do, like a few people have said, have it as like a Phalanx space exploration. So like they did with the Phalanx Expo last year, have it as like a Phalanx themed space exploration, where they're going to other planets to look for other creatures that might be related to Nemesis, or even like other same species. Something like that would work for this, because they could keep the sci-fi theme in, but Nemesis, whoever did the storyline for Nemesis, and like the comics and everything that went into detail, that's a much more accurate to a sci-fi genre than whatever Galactonauts is when they put the VR on this. But yeah, honestly, a really good coaster. It's definitely worth doing. It just looks grotty now in the station. I've just come off my second ever ride on Nemesis Subterra because I didn't do it last year at all. And I've got to say, right, last time the back prodders are more intense. I think because you do get an adrenaline rush on this, but I'm sure they have ramped those air cannons up. So if you don't know what it is, you watch a pre-show that seems to take forever to start, although it didn't seem to take as long this time. Still think there's a bit of issue with the timing on the programming for it though. You go into a fake lift. The vibration wasn't working last time, so it just sort of sat there, I think. But it was actually felt like we were going down. You got the lighting effect. Then you go through into a cave, sit down, although one of the 3 drop towers is off today. I don't know why. I hope they get that sorted soon, because it's limiting, it's 40 riders normally, and it's now only 30, and they were missing some seats. I'm not really sure what's going on. I hope they can get that fixed. At least it's open though, because obviously, you know, we've still got 2 good dart rides open. We're not counting Gangster Granny as a good dart ride. But anyway, yeah, you go through, the egg hatches, which actually rotates round. It's a good illusion though if you don't know it. It's only because I know how it works. You got all the scientific equipment there. You drop down, but the thing is, so before you drop, there's air cannons blasting you in your face, and you're like, oh my god, because I was already a bit nervous for it, because, you know, dropped out. I think the drop can vary. You know, I thought, oh, I'm going to find it really intense, because I found some other rides really intense today, and then yeah, just the air cannons, like, you can barely breathe. It's just you're getting this air blasted into your mouth, and you're like, oh my god. And then you start greying out just from the air. You drop down, you got all the eggs in the nest, like rock work everywhere, like flashing lights and everything. You climb back up the tower, and then yeah, you get blasted with air again. It's Jesus. The back prodders I didn't feel the leg ticklers at all. The back prodders didn't feel as bad, but I think it was because I was leaning forward a bit, maybe embracing for the. And then yeah, you get evacuated. No actors, just through some mesh fencing, and then through a decontamination unit. One of the screens in the exit was off, and one of the screens in the pre-show was off as well. Seem to be having a few teething problems with this today. I hope they can get these little things sorted. At least it's open, and it's not taken away from the experience. It's just the screens, like the infrared cameras and stuff. But yeah, unfortunately, because there's no actors, because they've. Oh, I mean, this could be a whole other thing. It's a whole other topic, and I don't really feel like going into it because it's really sad. But a lot of people have lost their jobs because they don't. They had to cut back on entertainment because Merlin is in trouble, basically. And it means that there's no actors in the End of Subterra anymore. That's probably another reason they shut the dungeon, so they can just hire actors for Scarefest, which means maybe we'll see an actor or two in here at Scarefest. But yeah, it doesn't really need. Like, the more intense bit. I mean, like the actors around the rest of the park, like the fact the Street Theatre's gone in here and Gloomy Ward and Mutiny Bay is really sad. But yeah, on this, it's still a good intense ride, and in terms of dark rides, it is the most intense. Like the sound effects, the vibrations and things in the lift as well, they like get you because you're like, oh my god, this is like never going to end. Like the sound effects are just blasting, and you sort of feel fully immersed, but very kind of, I don't know, it just adds to the intent. I can't really explain it, but it just makes it more intense because the sound effects are like filling your ears. Also, I did just queue 35 minutes. I could have waited that and queued 5. Oh dear, but you know, oh well. I'm not sure if I'll come back on it. It's more like a one ride thing a day. But now I'm going to get on a much more relaxed dark ride, the Curse at Alton Manor, which I've been looking forward to. I love that ride to bits, and I've heard pretty good things about this season. Here is Compound, my favourite scare maze of all time. Locked behind this fence here. Yeah, the show building for Curse at Alton Manor's there as well. But yeah, I just thought I'd covered because it is nice to see Compound. We'll see Amigos later on as well. But yeah, it's always nice to see this my favourite scare maze, and the lights are on because it's the evacuation lights. But yeah, think about the amount of stuff inside this building that makes it such an incredible adrenaline-filled walkthrough. Like, I cannot wait to do this again. I really can't. Well, it's the Curse at Alton Manor, and I've just I'm about to have my second ride on it. Honestly, what I can say, everything is working in there. Everything. The only thing I noticed that didn't work was the animatronic that kind of leans to the side. But I say everything because it's a very minor detail. The light still works. You can still see it. What I mean is when you're playing hide and seek, the second animatronic, like the second one that is an animatronic. That was the only thing that wasn't working. Like I said, it may have been, it was just the timing was off because she sort of leans like towards the ride vehicle, like away from the window. And I think it may have just been a timing because obviously the ride vehicle, the gaps between the ride vehicles can vary on this. So that may have been all it was. I'll go back to get my second ride on it. But yeah, the audio seems very loud. Strobing's good on there. like I always said, the only issue I've got with this ride is the skull projection, and why it needs to even be there in the first place, because it doesn't really need anything there, because it's just a wall. I think they were trying to sort of fill like the blank space in case you didn't notice the spinning heads, but I don't know, it doesn't need that. But everything else in this ride I absolutely love. So I'm about to have my second ride on it, and then I'm going to try Postman Pat.
Down safely. Make sure you stay like that. I've loaded up the parcels. When we need to deliver a parcel, press the button that matches it.
We got rich.
Oh, look! There's Ajay playing with his train set. But something's missing. What can he use to pull the carriages?
Choo-choo.
Well done! Ajay will be so pleased now that he has his train. Here's Farmer Ralph Thompson at Thompson Ground. He's counting his livestock. I'm waiting for a very important delivery. Looks like PC Selby has had to close the road.
Oh no.
What's going on here? Never mind. We'll just have to take another route. These parcels must be delivered. Ted Glenn is fixing my special delivery service helicopter. Looks like he needs something to help him finish the job. Wonder what it is.
There we go.
Great job. Ted can get on with his repairs now. It's art class today at the school, but Mira and Charlie seem to be missing something to paint with.
Paintbrush.
Thanks to you, Mira and Charlie can do their painting. Just one more to go now.
Rubbish.
Here's Mrs. Goggins sorting out the Greendale mail. She's just waiting for one last letter.
That one.
Mrs. Goggins has got her letter.
Yay. Hello, Miss Goggins.
Thank you. Another special delivery service completed.
You're welcome,
Mission
Pat.
accomplished.
There we go.
The CBB's bugs are all asleep, but now it's time to wake them up. Get set, go!
There's quite a few down there.
Remember to stay seated and keep your hands, arms and legs inside the bugmobile.
There's so much to do here at CBeebies Land. Down below is the Something Special Sensory Garden, where you can look for the things in Mr. Tumble's spotty bag.
I hope they don't change the audio on this, but they probably will.
What's it, Kerry? Kerry.
Can you see
Kerry.
what's ahead? It's the CBeebies
No, this
Land.
view is going to look different soon.
Oh no! The bugs are all fast asleep.
Not how long it
Shout
was.
and clap as loud as you can to wake up the bugs.
Make a friend.
Hey, last time we'll see all this.
Wake up, bugs!
Oh yeah.
Wake up! Well done.
I bet some of them presenters are not doing it anymore though.
Oh, they've got a tiny little net to catch you.
You go back to see Upsy Daisy.
I can see all of CBeebies Land.
Oh, there's the boat as well. Hey, just about.
Upsy Daisy.
Yes, she is.
In the night garden with her friends, Giggle Piggle.
Flashing her knickers.
What else can you see? Ah, there's Postman Pat.
There's Postman Pat,
Made
yeah.
a mistake and mixed up all the parcels for Greendale.
Oh dear.
Would you like to enjoy my special
Get up on the vlog. Must be on the last time on it.
I'll see you later.
Hello Alf again. Oh look at they're still using like the music from the Cosgrove Hall.
Yay, in the tree!
Can you see
Oh, that's a sign they're playing the Bluey music.
Some pictures? What do you think they're
Here we
painting?
go. Themselves, I
What
think.
sorts of things do you like to paint? The CBeebies bugs help to look after everything that goes on in CBeebies land. I wonder what they'll get up to next.
Get the new layout, you're literally just going to come across from something special right to here.
What happens here? It looks
getting
like
filled up.
this is where they mend the bookmobiles. They pump up the tires.
Looks like apples and
fill them with
the
go-go,
bananas by the
ready
looks
for
of
their journey.
it.
Oh, we got a wiggly bit.
Yay!
The books have topped up our bookmobile. Thank you, books. We hope you've had a great journey riding the bookmobile. There's lots more.
Yeah,
to
last
see
time on the
and
full
do
layout
in
as well.
CBeebies Land. In the Bigfoot Showtime area, you can meet some of your favourite CBeebies friends, like Hey Dougie, Bing, Iggle Piggle,
And Postman Pat. Well, that would be Bluey soon. Although you can already meet Bluey, he just hasn't got a ride yet.
Oh, so if we're gonna have to sort the audio out this back one.
Oh look, this bug has had so much fun, she's tired out. Thank you for helping us to wake the CBeebies bugs.
Goodbye, original
You did
Get
a
Set
great
Go
job.
/ Squirrel Nutty.
Get ready to
I've just done Oblivion, and I'm going to be honest with that. That was really intense. Yeah, I mean, there's not much to talk about with Oblivion. Let's be honest. You know, it's a short layout from the drop to the turnaround, and then into the brakes. And we did hold on the brakes for ages. I think it's on 6 cars because it is the highest throughput of all the coasters. 20-minute normal queue. The single rider wasn't too bad though, to be fair, that I did. Yeah, it's a great ride. There's, like I said, the force was a lot more intense on it. I don't know if maybe the mist added to it as well. But no, it was running really well, and I'm glad to see it. Because I know a lot of people are more terrified of this than anything else at the park, to be honest. But yeah, everything feels so forceful. It's probably because like, some of these rides I haven't done for ages. And I'm not used to, you know. I mean, I still can't get over Subterra. Like those hair cannons, I don't remember them from last time. But you know, there's been a lot of good intense rides and a lot of really relaxing rides I've done today. So yeah, just another one. And this, I've only got from my list of attractions. The only ones I haven't done are 13, Wicker Man, Runaway Mine Train, and the Smiler. Smiler, I tried to, before I went on Oblivion, I tried to queue single rider and it did not move for about like 10-15 minutes. So I just came on here instead. So hopefully I'll be able to go back on that. But I'm back as a single rider for 13 to tick that one off. And then hopefully I'll get a night ride on that and Nemesis too. Right then, I've just got off 13 for the first time in 2 years. But yeah, really good that. And what made it afterwards I saw Sean walking down the queue line. Yeah, single rider on this has been operated perfectly. I can't fault it. Really good. I was on row 3, so near the front. I do think it is better at the back. Yeah, drop track air cannons again. What is it with Alton Towers and the air cannons this season? Like, obviously not as intense as Subterra because it's a family-friendly ride, but you know, yeah, good ride. It didn't get as much airtime as I have in the past, I don't think, but yeah, just good fun. It's very smooth, very enjoyable. It's just fun, you know. And I mean, I was sliding around in my seat a bit, which made it slightly uncomfortable, but it wasn't like uncomfortable in that kind of way. It was just sort of trying to position myself so I wouldn't slide around. But yeah, honestly, great theming. I mean, it does look. I mean, if you look at like the left-hand side of the building, it does look like it's falling apart a bit, and I hope they do some work on it. But they have replaced all the fencing, so maybe something's going to happen. Also, the Sky Ride is properly testing now, so that's good to see. Can't wait to get back on it. I mean, I've missed it. I really am missing out looking at it now, but it is promising. Hopefully, I've seen the Rapids test and this. Hopefully that means Hex is testing as well. Obviously we can't see it because it's a dark ride. But yeah, now I am going to go for Wicker Man, which is going to have a long queue, but I just feel like I need to just do it. I'm not going to... I've got lucky today, so I think I've done... The only priority now is the Smiler, apart from Wicker Man. So I may as well just do it. I'm not going to do Rita. It's on over an hour. And I did it last time for probably about 20 minutes. It's a good ride, but it's just not worth that. So, you know, with how short it is. I do think it's overhated though, and I think with it being like one of not many left in the world now, especially now Kingdom Car's gone, there's even less. Yeah, it's something. There we go. Yeah, I feel like this needs to stick around. They've got other priorities to sort out, and the fact they've replaced the restraints. Hopefully that means it's not going anywhere in the next, 10 years. Hopefully. Yeah. So, ride availability has been great today. But there was one particular ride, my favourite ride, here at Alton Towers, which is closed today, and that's Hex, the Legend of the Towers, which I have to say, like Jim Carter, every time I see it. Now, they put that sign back up, the vault is sealed, it's supposed to be open next month. It doesn't make me sad to see these doors shut. It really does. Last time I rode it, it was emotional, and yeah, I'd look back at that footage and I really am missing it today. Now I've done Curse and Subterror, the dark ride loss is really coming to me. And yeah, I mean, next time I come it will probably be September realistically. So it'll be a while again till I get back on Hex. There is another update I've got to talk about because, well, I'm not going to the world of David Walliams today. But the Alton Towers dungeon has now permanently closed. I'm just sort of going to stand like around here. However, you can just see in the distance the facade for Amigos in the Afterlife is there. However, oh, they've took one of the torches down. That's weird. Okay. I guess that's just for maintenance because they don't need them on all year now. Yes, this building, what keeps happening to this? So, first, it was around the world in 80 days, from 1981 to 1993. Then, the one everyone remembers fondly, Toyland Tours, from 1994 to 2005. Then it was Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, from 2006 to 2015. It was SBNO for a while. Then it was the Alton Towers Dungeon from 2019 to 2024. However, the left-hand side of the building was the glass elevator in Charlie, which was an extension. That's used for Trick or Treat Town from 2021. Then the dungeon was replaced by Amigos in the Afterlife for 2024, like late 2024. So we've got two scare attractions in here, and they're both pretty good. But they're actually really good as family scare attractions. I do enjoy them, but please do something with the boat ride, because I've been saying it ever since Charlie and the Chocolate Factory shut, and they still haven't done anything with it. It's like permanent. 10 years that's shut, and I mean it's been 11 years since I rode it, and I still grieve it. I really do, and I just hope something gets done. I mean, I loved Amigos, but it could do with being in a different building. And I mean, I don't know about the elevators. That could just be demolished or kept as Trick or Treat Town, as long as they repaint the facade because it looks horrible. Or well, redo the facade. But yeah, the boat ride section. What I'd love to see them do, bring back Alton Bear. Well, they've brought back Alton Bear, but bring an Alton Bear ride. So what they could have is like Toyland Tours, but an equivalent Alton Bear's Toy Factory, and you're making like cuddly toys. Because the problem with Toyland Tours is that the scale electrics and the Sonic and everything got a bit outdated. But if they just kept it as like cuddly toys and like timeless stuff like jigsaws and stuff, which they did have in there anyway, keep it like that, be beautiful. Gangster Granny get rethemed to Sir Algernon, like a steampunk dart ride. That whole street can be steampunk, and then you can have Trick or Treat Town can stay in that section, get a new facade for it, and have it as like an Alton Towers Scarefest characters Trick or Treat Town. So you have like, you know, the skeleton, the pumpkin, whatever, just have those characters in there rather than like other characters. And then you could keep it as like the Alton Towers themed area. The Cuckoo Cars, move it to CBeebies, where next to Justin's house, so they've got that grass. and relocate Postman Pat there, put it into storage for now, and then put it there whenever they want to retheme it. You could kept both of them rides then, as well as the Bluey coaster. Use the theatre for shows, and then potentially, if they wanted to expand, build a big steampunk, or like a sort of... I think steampunk would be better for Project Horizon. I mean, said it, that's my plans. If I owned Alton Towers, that is what I'm doing for 2027, maybe. We'd need a boat ride. River Caves is shut for this season. We've only got Seaquarium, Gruffalo and Valhalla. So, just give us something. Because there's literally one of the best dark ride systems in the UK in that building. They're not using it. And I love boat rides. Yeah. Hello. There we go. Love it. Just please use that boat ride. It's got a great layout on it. And Hex. The Legend of the Towers. Be back on this soon, please. It's just yeah. I mean, I imagine I'll end up doing the haunting in between doing this, and so, you know, I do love the haunting. Just staying on the vlog. I'll be in the background anyway. Yeah, the haunting is great. It's not quite as good as Hex, but it is great while it's shut. Definitely go to Drayton Manor. I know there's some people who are snobbish. It's not on a huge budget, but it's a great madhouse. The one at Legoland I don't like. It's nowhere near the other two. But yeah, so that's my update. Alton Bear, Toyland Tours, John Wardley, everything. we need it round this area because it's looking grim, and Gangster Granny's looking a bit tired, and yeah, there's empty spaces everywhere. Just that area needs doing up, and then obviously keep Hex as the ride in the towers. Perfect. That's what I'd do anyway. David Williams just feels lacking compared to the other areas, especially now they got rid of Flavio. I'm sure those flowers are new, so...
What?
If you know the answer, shout it out. That's right. It's the Pinky Pop. Here is a house. Whose house is this?
Tommy Boo's.
Are they out? It's the Tommy Boos. How many can you see? Tommy Boo, Tommy Boo, not on the door. Tommy Boo, sit on the floor. Tommy Boo, here is my nose. Tommy Boo, that's how it goes. Let's listen together. Who's here? It's Macca Pacca's cave. Is he in? Yes. Hello, Macca Pacca. Are you clapping your hands today? Can we clap with you? Ready? Macca Pacca, Acca Wacka, Micka Macca Moo. Macca Pacca, Acca Yakka, Icka Acca Ooh. Dum, Macca Bang, Ing and Ooh. Macca Pacca, Acca Wacka, Micka Macca Moo. Who's here? It's Upsy Daisy. Hello, Upsy Daisy. Upsy Daisy, here I come. I'm the only Upsy one. I'm the only Daisy too. Ipsy, Upsy Daisy do. Are you blowing kisses, Upsy Daisy? Upsy Daisy. Bye-bye, Upsy Daisy. See you later, I'm sure. It's the Pontypines. All together, off we
Go
go.
and see the Wattingers.
It's Iggle Piggle. Yes, my name is Iggle Piggle. Iggle Piggle, wiggle, nickle, diggle. Yes, my name is Iggle Piggle. Iggle Piggle, nickle, wiggle, woo. Look, there are all of Iggle Piggle's friends. Goodbye, Hargoons. Goodbye, Pontypines. Goodbye, Tomblyboos. Goodbye, Macca Pacca. Goodbye, Upsy Daisy. Goodbye, Iggle Piggle. It's time for us to go.
Here we go, last ever time. Jess is his cat, and it's always been like that. There we go. I am sad about this, but well, gotta make the most of it. Oh, it is sad. Yes, Pat.
Loaded up parcels. When we need to deliver a parcel, press the button that matches.
I will admit I've been watching Postman Pat on a night before I've been coming here. The original Ken Barry and John Gunn, like the best era.
Yes, Ajay playing this train set. It's missing. What can be used to pull the carriages?
Choo-choo. I'm also in Pat 1 as well, so I've got on Pat 1 twice today. Oh dear.
Here's Farmer Alton Thompson at Thompson Ground. He's counting his livestock.
Thompson Ground.
I'm waiting for a very important delivery.
Yeah, tail Pat. That sounded more like Ted Glenn, didn't it? No. Yeah, I remember like Granny Dryden and Peter Fogg, George Lancaster, they did remove a lot of the characters later on. What's going on? Hello. Oh dear. I love Pat, like I said, I grew up on it. And why should we be embarrassed to relive our childhood, Nostalgia's probably my key emotion, to be fair. So Glad I've got on this a good few times the last couple of years. Just boys. Here we go.
Delivery service helicopter. Looks like he needs something
Hey,
to help
what?
him finish the
Oh
job.
yeah.
I wonder what it is. Great job.
What is it? Leave it with me. That's what he says. I'll try to fix that up for you as quickly as can be. Factory. In this case, that was a song from the original series, like looking at life through a farmer's eyes, always aware of the changing skies from Alf. Yes, I know the lyrics of the songs. Oh, it's literally my dream to come on this as a kid. I think that's the first time we came to Alton Towers was because of this. Because I just absolutely adored Pat. There we go. I don't know what Miss Taylor said. I prefer Mr. Pringle because he was the original teacher. And yeah, SDS was. It was just repetitive, 3 strikes. You know, I'm analysing a kids show here, but you know. Good morning, Mrs. Goggins. And this is the last time I'll see you, so I've got to give you one last letter. Bye. Yeah, I'm gutted. They're getting rid of this. Mission accomplished. Bye, Pat. Bye, Pat. There we go. Final special delivery. And I didn't use the horn. I wonder if it... No. It's because the motor's stopped now, yeah. Yeah, there we go. Postman Pat. And a black and white cat. And I'm Pat 1, you can see Pat 4. They've got the SDS minivan, as it's called. There we go, yeah. Right then, farewell. Yeah, Wicker Man, that was running really well. You know, a decent ride on there. I mean, it's not a night ride, but I was prioritising doing Nemesis at night, and hopefully that'll still happen. But yeah, Wicker Man, really good, really good. Just great. Like the forces are pretty good on it. It seemed to sort of build up as it went, like the intensity. But it's definitely a good family coaster. Like, because it's just fun, and it's the perfect example of what rides should just be fun, and that's what this was. So yeah, really good that was. But yeah, now I'm going to head to the Smiler, which is the last of my priorities for today. And that was Spinball Wizard. You know what, actually, it was the track profile, well, I said profile, the actual track with going round, it was actually really smooth. I'm wondering if they've replaced the wheels on the trains, like all of the wheels, rather than the ones that are worn out, because it felt really smooth. I mean, obviously the transitions are still interesting on it, like the sharp turns, and the restraint does dig into you a little bit, but it's not too bad. It's just very whippy, but that was enjoyable. I don't think it was as intense, but it was certainly a lot smoother than it has been before. Now I'm about to go do Mine Train. I'm not going to try and do 13 at night, I don't think, because where it is. If the Sky Ride was open, I'd definitely do it. But yeah, I feel like I'm just going to kind of work my way around, see what's going on. Do Mine Train now, and then hopefully walk towards a Nemesis Reborn night ride, which will probably be my final ride. We'll see what the queue is. I don't think it was too bad earlier, to be fair. And that is it, if you can see anything from Alton Towers. Honestly, no, it's not a perfect park. I think a lot of the issues I haven't seen today, like the parking prices going up like ridiculous, and the food prices, which never buy food here. So I don't really see those issues. The thing is, I did end up buying an online copy of the Postman Pat photo for £10, which, yeah, that is expensive. That's the only fault I can say. Hex, the Skyride and the Rapids being shut. I mean, Rapids and Skyride have been testing. Hopefully that means that Hex is also, obviously we can't see because it's a dark ride. But yeah, really, really good. I did between, it was between my second, because I had a second ride on Oblivion before I did Spinball. Between that and Spinball, I did have a bit of a break, because honestly, I think it's probably because I went to Rother Valley yesterday and then Alton Towers, you're walking around, and I think that's probably why everything feels so intense today. Yeah, I genuinely did get ridden out, like I was just completely done for, and then so once I'd done Spinball, I got back into it again, and I really enjoyed my just night ride on Nemesis, which, yeah, you can't really see anything as you go on it at night. Q looks really, really good though. It looks good off-ride. But yeah, you cannot see anything. The only issue I've had is Smiler. It shut early, and I don't know what happened to it, but it must have broke down, so I haven't got on that again. I didn't get on Mine Train either because... basically, I was, like I said, I was going to queue up for that before Nemesis, but we looked at the queue and it was like, nah, we're just going to do Nemesis so we can guarantee it, and that was my final ride. Toxicator shut, but then I think it just reopened because there was a queue for it. So it's shown that opened in like the last 20 minutes of the park being open, at most. Yeah, but honestly, the thing is, I said about the entertainment staff and everything, like, it is lacking in certain areas, it really is. What I did notice on the Curse Alton Manor is that the ride operators are actually doing, like, the characters, so they've always, like, dressed up, like, in the suits and everything, but they were actually, like, acting, sort of like, you know, Victorian people. There was one that even on the car in front of us on the second ride was, like, chasing people out. It's great. So, yeah, honestly, I do really like that, because it's sort of like them trying to, you know, say it's really sad that, of course, we've lost so many actors. I mean, they literally performed on the Pirate stage here at February for the last time ever. But what I can say that's fantastic is about they obviously know what's going on, and the fact that they're sort of trying to make up for it. That's really nice of the staff to do. So yeah, just sort of, you know, so being a bit mysterious and sort of saying, yeah, sit on that row. You know, it's just nice, the fact that we've lost the actors, but the staff know what we've lost and who we've lost, who the park's lost, and the fact that they're trying to represent that. I like that. Yeah, because they weren't doing it on Subterra, but then I think since that reopened, it never really had that anyway. So, yeah, I think there was something else I was going to say. Yeah, because I couldn't do Mine Train, couldn't do Smiler. Toxicator broke down, but at least I did get on that once. I think I was only really prioritising it once, to be fair. But yeah, it's just been great, and like I said, 15 rides in total. Really, really good. Oh, that was it. Yeah, Nemesis, of course, because I just got off there. Yeah, that was really good. I think because I was on row 5 rather than row 8. I don't think it was quite as intense as earlier, but like I said, I'm not sure if it was just because of how long it had been since I went on it, because, to be fair, it did feel like just as forceful as it did before, and, you know, I think it looked faster off-ride. I think it had warmed up, it's just that I wasn't on the back row. It's maybe slightly less intense, or just because I'm used to it, I'm not sure, but, yeah, really, really good park for today. I just hope that because the ride availability has been fantastic, I just hope it stays like that, especially when Hex and everything's reopened. I just hope it stays open. But yeah, next time I come, it'll probably be like the first weekend of Scarefest, or maybe a couple of weeks later. So we'll see what happens with that one. So it'll be a while till I come back, but hopefully, like, all the other rides will be open then, and I'll be able to enjoy it a lot more. But yeah, I'm glad I've secured 2 rides on Nemesis. That's something I was hoping for today, and I'm glad I've done it.